Hello everyone, forget all the donut and the buns recipes. Try this particular recipe and you will be amazed with the outcome. Like, it's very soft and it tastes amazing. You can never stop at one. So these two recipes I'm going to be sharing in this video, you're going to try it and I know you will love it. So let's dig it. For the first recipe, we are going to be needing this. So in a bowl, you add in your flour, 1 kg of flour, you add in 50 grams of milk powder, 130 grams of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon or 1 sachet of nutmeg powder. You add in your salt, 15 grams of salt. So you're going to mix everything together very well. And to that, you add in half tablespoon or 5 grams of baking powder, 1 tablespoon or 10 grams of instant dry yeast. Then you mix everything thoroughly just the way you mixed in the first time, making sure that everything is well incorporated. And then you're going to work in your margarine or your butter into this. So you work in or you add in 40 grams of margarine. You can use butter if you have butter. So make sure you work in the margarine very well into the dry ingredients or the flour mix. So once you are done working in the margarine, make a well at the center of this. Then you're going to be adding your water. So what you need here is 460 grams of water. So you add half of the water, then you add about 1 teaspoon of your flavoring. You can use any flavor of your choice, but for the sake of this video, I used vanilla flavor. So once you are done adding the flavor and the water you have added, you start mixing because you want to form a non-sticky dough, soft but non-sticky. So you're adding the water gradually till the dough is formed. Once the dough is formed, you transfer this on a work surface and you start kneading. So after kneading for some time, like for a few minutes, I just added the last part of the water anyway. Then you add in your margarine, extra 10 grams of margarine, making it 50 grams of margarine. Remember, we added 40 grams initially, so you're adding extra 10 grams to the 40 grams that we just added. So you're going to make sure you mix everything thoroughly and then knead. Anyhow you can knead this dough to soften it, you should just use it to knead it. If you have been following my videos on my dough, bread buns and all that, you understand how I hate my doughs to soften them. So whichever way you can, just make sure that your dough is soft, and once they are soft and bouncy, you're going to wrap it up and then place in a warm place or keep it aside to rest for at least 20 to 30 minutes. So in this case, when I wrapped it, I had to place it in a warm microwave and allow it to rest for up to 30 minutes in the warm microwave. So while my dough was resting in the microwave, I went ahead to make the second recipe. For the second recipe, just the same thing I did in the first time. My 1 kg of flour, 50 grams of milk powder, 130 grams of sugar, my 1 sachet of nutmeg powder, my salt, 15 grams of salt, my baking powder, half tablespoon, and 1 tablespoon of my yeast. Just the same way I mix everything together. Then I added my water. But in this recipe, after mixing my butter, the 50 grams of butter, I didn't make a dough that is kind of non-sticky. This particular time the dough was a little bit sticky, okay, because I increased the quantity of water I used, okay. Remember that in the first recipe I used 460 grams of water, but in this particular recipe I used 600 grams of water because I don't want to knead this just the way I needed the first one. And this second one, once you are done mixing, you may go ahead and start frying it immediately if you want, or you can allow it to rest for some few minutes before frying. And you can also bake it. Even the first one you can as well bake, okay. So I just apply some vegetable oil on my hands so that it will not be that sticky too much. And then I had to also place this in a warm place to rest for some minutes, up to the same 20 to 30 minutes. And make sure before you do this you have to cover this. So I have to use my nylon proof bag to just cover this and then set it in a warm, I place it in my oven, in a warm oven, and allow it to rest. So while that was resting, I then took out the first one that I made. I went ahead to scale this and mold it into balls. I scaled each 120 grams and then molded into balls. Then I had to cover this and place it back in a warm place to rest for extra 40 to 50 minutes, okay. So while I put that out, then I took out the second one that I made and also did the same thing, measured 120 grams and also molded it. Now this one, after molding it also, I had to also cover it, place in a warm place and allow it to also brew for some minutes. Now what you have to note is if you want to fry it immediately, you can mold and fry immediately. But if you also want, you can just do the same thing, allow it to rest for a few minutes and then you can fry it. Now I had to apply some vegetable oil to my hands to help me mold this. Remember, this was the one that was a little bit sticky. But if you don't want to use vegetable oil, you can also use your flour to dust your hands or dust your work surface so that it doesn't stick. okay. But in this video I had to use vegetable oil to dust my hands or to rub on my palms so that I can easily mold this into balls. So once I was done molding the second one, I had to also put it aside, cover it to put in a warm place. And now you can see my first dough is ready, and I was ready to fry it. So to fry this, I put the oil to heat up. Now testing the oil, and I found that my oil is okay, it's ready for me to start frying. Then I had to start dropping in this dough into the oil. Now one trick I want to let you guys know here is that you don't need too much heat to fry this. Just the way you fry your donuts, you don't need too much heat, because if you use too much heat, it's going to brown quickly. You're not going to done inside and they are going to over brown. So you need the heat to be just minimal, or just either medium or medium low, so that it can gradually fry and also look attractive and yummy. You can see how they look, and once they are done, up to 10 to 12 minutes of frying, you can then gradually take them out from the oil, and voila, you are ready to enjoy this yummy delicious buns or bread roll or cup. Whatever you can call it in your language or in your dialect is okay, but this tastes so amazing. Yeah, so for the second one I had to bake them. Yes, I had to bake them because I almost forgot and they overapproved. So frying them will make them to deflect. So I just went ahead and baked them, and they also turned amazing. Okay, this was the one that I fried. You can see how they are, and very delicious, very soft, and oh my god. I don't need to explain to you till you try this recipe. You're going to love it. And this second one was the one that I baked. Okay, like I said, if you want to fry these ones, don't allow them to stay for so long. At least within the space of 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you can start frying them, because if you leave them long, they are going to be difficult to fry. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.